After President William Ruto had visited the Gusii region, two major things happened afterwards. One is the hike of the fuel prices, where the price of petrol increased by around 28 shillings, and that one of diesel increased by about 40 shillings. The second thing that happened, William Ruto visited Mandera. Strange things happened in that particular region. The first one, it's where William Ruto was seated. And then some sound of like a gunshot was heard. And then William Ruto started running away. Until the security person had to just come in and tell him, just sit down, you are safe. This is just no more. Here it is Mandera. For those who missed what happened, here it is. The second thing that happened, it is where William Ruto's team got stuck in mud. Some vehicles could not get through all the way to Mandera because of the bad roads. For those who missed what happened, look at this picture here. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to talk about the aspect where William Ruto ran away. I want to talk about the incident where the vehicles that were supposed to ferry people, or maybe security personnel, or maybe Ruto's staff to Mandera, got stuck in mud. And that's what I want to take you through on this particular video. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos here, please take a second or two, subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. When I saw William Ruto's vehicles, government vehicles, presidential escort vehicles stuck in the mud, there were so many conclusions I was able to make from there. And that's what I want to take you through. Number one, it is that there's a lot of selfishness amongst the leaders in William Ruto's government. What do I mean by that? Right now, if there's a community that should benefit from William Ruto, it is the Muslim community. Top security leadership given to them. Health given to them. The people who are close to William Ruto are from the Muslim community. Talk of Aden Duale. People who should be aware that roads heading to Mandera are not in good condition. People are supposed to be aware that if there's something that is dragging that region back, it's the roads. People are supposed to know that William Ruto, when you'll be traveling there, there's a road that is not in good condition. It needs to be done. But instead, they leave the roads that way until the presidential escort vehicles get stuck there. And then until also Kenyans will get to see from our side that indeed the roads are not good. Selfishness is driving them. Everything that happens around William Ruto, they don't look at it from a perspective like, what do we take to our region? That is just in their words. They look at it from the perspective that how do we benefit? That's a big challenge to Aden Duale. Number two, most of the leaders there are incompetent. At least a governor should be aware of that particular road. At least a senator should be aware of that particular road. At least an MCA should be aware of that particular road. But now these people have literally decided to ignore that aspect, which means they probably are very incompetent to an extent that they don't even know what exactly they can do as leaders. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the people of northern part of Kenya have always been saying that they have been neglected, where they cannot be able to access services like the people in Kisii, Nairobi, and many other parts of this country. So if there's a region that literally needed leaders who are competent and who are interested to see that region has prospered, it is northern part of Kenya. But it's the roads, it's the region without proper roads, but it's the region that is suffering because of the leadership that we have from there. Meaning the leaders themselves are incompetent. The other thing that we must really agree here is that there's serious corruption in that particular region. How on earth those roads have not been done? How on earth vehicles are getting stuck? How is it possible that the president is there, not once, not twice? How is it possible that the president travels there severally? But these people don't get to raise the concern that these roads, even if they cannot be tarmacked, at least let there be bridges, let there be maram to ensure that this road at least is passable. Why is it that it is impossible for these leaders to do so? That shows clearly that most of these leaders have eaten the money, so even if they talk, they will be asked where is the money. So most of them have decided to literally keep quiet, let the common mwananchi suffer as they grow big, as the stomachs grow big. That's basically what is happening. Corruption, corruption, and corruption. Very corrupt leaders. Lastly, I want to say that Gachagua has always been right. Not once, but in a number of occasions, Gachagua has come out and mentioned that the people of the northern part of Kenya, especially the leaders, are corrupt and they're not performing. They have come to invest in Nairobi. The money that is given for development, they have brought it to Isli, while they have left the people back in the villages who elected them suffering. So Rigathi Gachagua has been saying the truth. And the president has experienced it. The leaders have seen it. Now, they no longer counter Rigathi Gachagua because they have seen it literally that it is true the people of that particular region are struggling. I don't know what is your take, what you're able to learn from that particular incident in Mandera, but on the comment section, can share with me what you think about those particular leaders. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time for more videos.
Welcome to Humphrey's Hill House. Humphrey's is a boutique hotel located on Kionganyo Hill in Kisii town. We are just 2 kilometers off Kisii CBD. And the hill itself, Kionganyo, is culturally significant among Abagusi people. This is where our prophet Sakawa stood and prophesied that Getembe, which is Kisii town, will come up. And several other cultural activities used to happen on this hill, which included Ribina dance, where women met and danced and prayed for rains. Young men fought wars about marriage in this hill. So the hill is very significant. And therefore, in the design concept for this hotel, we have done what we call a hotel within a museum, where we have tried to collect, document, and preserve a lot of Kisii culture. So right from the gate as you come in, you'll see pieces of soapstone, the reception in our gift shop. Each of our rooms has a piece of soapstone that explains about some cultural event or activity. You go to our common spaces, whether it's in the bar, whether it's in the restaurant, there are carvings displayed all over, which have cultural stories and those kind of things. And then at the back side of the main building, we have developed a Gusii homestead, the authentic Gusii homestead with all the traditional huts. And this is where we want culture to be experienced as it was in those days. So the buildings have been done how they were supposed to be. The activities can be carried out. There are indigenous trees there. There are free-range chicken that are running all over. And it's a nice setup if you want to hold traditional weddings and traditional activities. Then next to it, we have an amphitheater that has a capacity of around 250 people, where again, performances, both cultural and meetings and conferences can happen as we endeavor to support the community and preserve the culture that we so wish it doesn't disappear. All in all, you're welcome to Humphrey's, and we hope you'll be able to get an experience of the Gusii culture. Thank you very much.